Welcome back to California Cooking. Today, we're embracing all things spring with a weeknight taco recipe reimagined for the season, a great spot to watch our boys in blue besides Dodger Stadium, and one of the most anticipated restaurant openings of the year. Marea has gained quite the reputation in New York, and its recent Beverly Hills opening is already drawing a star-studded crowd. Hi, Chef.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you.
Congratulations on Marea, your new venture.
Thank you so much.
Heart of Beverly Hills.
Yes, we've been incredibly well received, and it's an awesome to start a new venture and have business be like so strong right off the bat and seeing so much support from the local community.
That's so great. I know there's a Marea in New York City.
There is.
Right.
A longtime icon. It's in their 15th year and still going strong.
And it had a big following in New York, a lot of high-profile clientele, I hear.
It's true.
Yeah.
And I think one of the wonderful things here is we see so many of the same guests as they see in New York, and it's just really special to be able to kind of like cultivate that same experience for people, no matter what coast they're on.
Right. I mean, here's the thing. You like normal people like us, you love to have us in the restaurant as well, but it can't hurt when Beyonce and Jay-Z love the restaurant in New York, and Zoe Saldana has a party here for award season. That kind of thing, I would imagine when you have a new restaurant, creates some buzz.
It does, and beyond kind of like the wow factor of having people like that just come in such an impromptu manner it's also just knowing that people are choosing us for special occasions. Watching Zoe win awards like right after that, knowing that she celebrated with her family in this very room. Yeah. It's why we do it, is to create memories with people.
You're a West Coast guy,
yep.
Right? You now live in Los Angeles, and I know you're representing Pacific Palisades on the hat there.
Yeah.
But what's really, I think, so hard to open a restaurant anytime, but you guys opened early January, mid-January, a tough time for you.
It was tough. I couldn't imagine a time in which I didn't want to be as busy as we were, but it also allowed like a lot of special connections with guests that were coming in that were also displaced. So being able to have like those one-on-one reactions and to be able to provide meals for some first responders and other people that were going through the same thing that I was just like a really nice opportunity to feel kind of like the support of the community. When we were busy, that's almost like how it felt to me. It was just like, I'm a part of this new thing, all of these people are coming, so many people in the same situation that I am, just one of those like we're all in it together moments.
And you were personally affected, right?
Yeah, my wife and I lost our home.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine, you always hear from chefs and people that are opening restaurants that you are here like long, long hours to get a restaurant off the ground.
Yes.
I can't imagine what that time was like when you're trying to do that. You've got that going on at home and just trying to keep everything afloat.
It's been busy. Yeah. My wife has been incredible, taking the lead on so many of the things, so many of the major steps in part of like rebuilding our life. But it's nonstop.
Let's talk about the inspiration for this menu, Coastal Italian. But when you think of Coastal Italian too, there's a lot of similarities to Southern California as far as climate, the kind of food, right?
There is.
Yeah.
It's like one of the Southern California microclimate is
right.
Mediterranean.
Yes.
So it's like when you think about Italy and Southern California, there's so many just major direct draws, just like agriculturally, lifestyle, so many things. So it was a really great fit for Marea to come here, and we've done our best to really just kind of showcase the classics from the New York program and add in just a little bit of Southern California love.
Before we get to the things on this table, what are some of those classics? What are the go-tos for people that have been loving Marea in New York City that are on the menu here?
Well, the Bronzino Tartare, I'm gonna call like a modern classic.
Okay.
It's one of Chef PJ Calapa's dishes.
Yeah.
And it just flies.
Really?
It's really wonderful. The fusilli is an original. So it's handmade fusilli, bone marrow, and braised Spanish octopus. And it's fantastic.
You guys are hand-making pasta?
All of the pasta.
Amazing.
Yep. All of the pasta, all of the fish butchery is done in-house. Pastry is 100% done here. We're really, they say it's like a bottom-up kitchen.
Yeah.
So we really take pride in the fact that we make all of our goods here.
I don't think we've talked about everything on the table, but if you would walk us through what we see here, because it is absolutely beautiful and colorful.
Here we have a rockfish crudo. So it's a locally caught rockfish. It's seasoned with a little pistachio oil, a fennel pollen, and pistachio crumb. And then we have a calamansi puree, fresh mandarin, and a little fresh fennel frond. Just super,
Should we
Southern
taste,
California.
Chef? Should we try? The fennel is so good.
That's something that's showcasing local fish, pistachios from Santa Barbara, the citruses sourced at the farmer's market. It's really everything that we are. We spoke about the bronzino tartare earlier. So that's a hand-cut bronzino that we season with crushed pistachios, a house-made chili crunch, and then watermelon radishes that are marinated in lemon. Really bright, awesome texture. I always think that I want to have bread with it, and then once you get the first bite, it has enough going on that you don't even think about it.
And this is one of those dishes that are on the New York menu, you were saying, right?
That's a bi-coastal classic.
It's a favorite. On to our pastas, handmade pastas that you guys do in-house.
So we have the mafaldine, which is like a long ridged noodle. We do that one very simply, just with Gulf shrimp, a little white wine, garlic, and chili. Really light, really about just letting the flavor of the pasta and the shrimp shine through.
Really? Oh, look at these noodles. Look at these pasta noodles. Oh my goodness. See, this is where it's tricky to do a dainty bite on TV.
You did a very good job.
And the flavor of the seafood is really...
Yeah, that one's simple, unfussy, nowhere to hide, good pasta. Our stuffed pasta is a mirabini, so that gets a ricotta.
What's a mirabini?
Just the name for the style of ravioli it is. Ravioli are just like all the other pastas, where even though they're all stuffed, they all come from different places and they all get their own names. This one is a ricotta cacio e pepe filling, brightened up with a little bit of lemon zest. It goes on a bed of our house-made pomodoro. And then we kind of intentionally break the sauce with a little bit of a Genovese style pesto. And we finish it with fresh cracked pepper and crispy basil.
That is really good, and it's kind of got that comfort food kind of a feel to it.
That's everything that you find in classic dishes.
And then your pastry chef came in and put this on the table, and I said, that doesn't even look like it's edible, it's so pretty.
Yes, our pastry chef, Lorraine Liato, is incredible. This is the white chocolate dessert. So it's a chocolate bianco, and it gets flavors of pistachio and white chocolate, and then it's finished with some pomegranate pearls and then like a pomegranate sauce. Isn't it? It's outrageous.
Oh my gosh. Well, Chef, congratulations on the new restaurant. And of course, our thoughts and all our love go to you and your wife through everything you've been through in the last couple of months.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, wish you all the best.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Nice meeting you. Coming up, brighten up your weekday tacos for spring. Plus, it's a pizza joint where you can enjoy delicious food and watch your world champion Dodgers. If you're looking to give taco night a spring upgrade, my shrimp tacos with a fresh herby sauce is the way to go. Today I thought it would be yummy to make some shrimp, I don't want to say fried tacos, but basically a shrimp taco with some pepper jack cheese. I'm gonna fry them up in a skillet, but it's the sauce that I'm excited about. I'm gonna make like a green cilantro, mayo, jalapeno kind of sauce to drizzle on top, or dip it, of course. So the first thing, let's do a little cilantro, a nice big bunch goes in our blender. The mint from the garden, a handful of mint, a nice big, maybe half cup of mayo, and then some sour cream or yogurt, close to the same amount of both, some jalapeno, and you know how it is with jalapenos, sometimes they're really spicy, sometimes they're not. So I'm gonna start by just doing a half, maybe a quarter actually. I'm gonna do a quarter, take the vein out, and see how it tastes, and then I'll add more. Clove of garlic, nice fat pinch of salt, and then some lime juice. And for me, everything, especially, I don't know, tacos, sandwiches, burgers, it's all about the sauce. This sauce, honestly, you could put it on anything. Hi, Theo. I hear Theo. Theo, you want a shrimp taco? Hi, bud. Hello. Yeah, hi. Hi. What is this? You love this. I would use my food processor, but you broke it. He threw the thing across the room, and now it doesn't work anymore. You ready to make some noise? Let's blend it up. Probably need to add something to get it going.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Maybe a little olive oil, too.
Yeah.
You could always do a splash of water if it's not blending. Lime. Uh-huh. Sour. It's sour. Okay, I added a splash of red wine vinegar, a little bit of olive oil, just to thin it out a little bit. Okay. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. And that is gonna go on our tacos. Okay, for the shrimp taco part of this recipe, I'm gonna toast up some pumpkin seeds, and that's for the end. In the big pan, I've got some smaller shrimp and deveined, peeled. I'm gonna get some olive oil going and get that nice and hot. And these shrimp will cook up really quickly because they're so small. And then to our shrimp, I'm gonna add a little bit of smoked paprika, garlic powder. I think just a little hit of chipotle powder, but you don't have to. You could keep it simple with just some garlic and paprika. Shrimp going in. To that, garlic powder, salt, a little bit of paprika, and then a tiny bit of chipotle powder because it is spicy. And then we'll just let that cook, like our pumpkin seeds. A little bit of lime over the top. Go. Now I'm gonna wipe out the skillet and I'll show you what I'll do next. Skillet clean. So I'm gonna get the clean skillet, medium-high heat, some more olive oil. I've got shredded jalapeno jack cheese, tortillas, some shrimp, fold it over. You just make a few more. Okay, I'll show you how I finish the shrimp tacos. And I mean, it's so simple. It's just salt and pepper, the jalapeno jack cheese, a little bit of garlic powder. But what really, I think, sets this off is the way I want to top it off. So I've got our sauce, and I'm just gonna do this over the top. And of course, leave plenty to dunk. I've got some cubed avocado. We'll place the extra cilantro, our toasted pumpkin seeds. That'll give it crunch and texture, and then a couple of limes, and just because I have some extra jalapeno and I like spicy. And there you go, you kind of kicked it up a notch. I'm excited to try one. This is right up my alley. I would eat something like this every day of my life. Cheesy, saucy, lightly fried. And because it's just me, I'm gonna dunk. That sauce would taste good on anything. But it's easy and just a quick way to jazz up a midweek taco, right? With the sauce, that would be delicious on anything. Coming up, we're headed to a neighborhood pizza joint where you can enjoy delicious pies and catch the boys in blue in action. That's next. It's a family-friendly pizza place where Dodger fans can catch the game and enjoy some good food. Let's check out Lassorted. about a mile away from Dodger Stadium, when you're welcomed into Lassorted's, you'll see that it's so much more than just a pizza joint.
For me, to create a place that's truly about what I think LA embodies is what this is about.
Yes, their pizza is some of the best in the city, but Lassorted's is a heartfelt tribute to the Los Angeles Dodgers, with every wall of the restaurant covered in memorabilia that tells a story of the team's rich legacy.
If there's one common interest in Los Angeles, especially in sports, it's the Dodgers. You grow up, you're lucky enough, you get to go to a Dodger game, and as you grow older, you start to realize how special this stadium that's, on top of this hill, that right above, it's toe-to-toe with the skyscrapers in downtown LA. It just doesn't seem real.
The owner, Tommy, grew up in the Valley and has been a devoted Dodgers fan since childhood.
My guy was always Eddie Murray. I don't know what it was. I didn't know what he did. I didn't really know how baseball worked, but I just knew that that was my guy, And then it was we got Oral Hershiser, and then Darryl Strawberry, Eric Karros, Matt Kemp, and the list goes on.
The journey to opening up his own restaurant started during COVID.
2 days into our lockdown, I was making buttered noodles, and I realized that I had nothing to do because my job had been taken away, and I had just got a pizza oven from my now wife, and I was really enjoying it. I decided to start making pizzas for my friends, family, and anyone who was in my neighborhood who wanted to get out of their house in a safe manner. I don't know, there was something about pizza that really slowed my life down, and it had a very zen quality to making it that really drew me to it, especially in a time of chaos.
In a country full of iconic pizza styles, what kind of pie does Lassorted's call its own?
What I describe this pizza as is I call it LA style. The idea behind it was everyone comes to Los Angeles and gives us their greatest things. LA embraces it, but it's oftentimes pretty hard for the local person from Los Angeles to kind of peek through. I'm born and raised in LA. I love this city so much, and it was like, it's not so much about the style of pizza, it's just like who I am. And truthfully, as much work as we put into this, it'd be hard for me to not call it my own, and who I am is LA, and that's why we call it LA style.
5 years later, what started as Tommy's COVID project has grown into 2 thriving locations, one in Silver Lake and another in Chinatown.
And I thought that it was important to give LA that multi-generational place outside of the stadium. In our Silver Lake location, you just get it like, I describe it as like kind of a peek into my mind. All the photos, the memories, the nostalgia. And specifically in Chinatown, I've tried to make this a place for everybody. And it's been so special for me to watch 3 generations come, like a 6-year-old kid, a 30-something-year-old dad, 40-something-year-old dad, and a grandparent, The grandparent telling the grandson, hey, look at this, while the grandmother is singing the disco music. And then the father relates to my era, and then the child sees Mookie Betts,
Just weeks after opening their Chinatown location, something truly magical happened. The Dodgers won the World Series, and Lassorted's quickly became a great spot to gather, with incredible energy as everyone came together to root for the team.
For me to watch Freddie Freeman hit that grand slam here was one thing, but for me to see it through the lens of something that I've created to give people a place to build memories with friends and family is priceless.
So when you visit Lassorted's, here are a few nostalgic menu items you'll want to start dreaming about, because you can't have good baseball without great food.
This was the first pizza that, after tinkering, this is my spicy but also sweet boy, and it's become our flagship pizza. Pepperoni, little heat salami, Fresno's garlic, some Calabrian chili paste, mozzarella cheese, and then we finish it off with Mike's hot honey. When it came to making a vodka pizza, the recipe that I've always loved was Ina Garten's recipe. I like to think it was Jeffrey's favorite too. This is our Ina pizza, it's our vodka sauce, a couple cheeses, some basil, and we finish it with pecorino romano. This is our Little Tony, and it's a nod to Anthony Bourdain's favorite sandwich, and it's just paper thin mortadella with provolone cheese, and we put it on a Martin's seeded roll. But this was one of the first things when I moved to Chinatown. I hit up Philippe's and I asked them if I could use their mustard and call it out on the menu. So they let us, and I'm happy to be one of the few places that they actually let use the mustard like that. This is our mortadella sandwich. I called my sister and I asked her, could she make me this bread, like focaccia-like bread, which now that's what we make. We make our focaccia in-house, and it's 3 ingredients. It's just stracciatella, thinly sliced burrata, and a pistachio cream that we make in-house.
Great pizza, unforgettable Dodgers games, and a true taste of LA.
Thank you so much for coming by. We hope to see you soon, and go Dodgers.
Well, that does it for us. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.